Live from the Slackers Sports Bar Studios. This is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy Jay.
Oh, yeah, it's my last day in the hell. Thank God. And I've not had connection issues. I'm leaving. I'll be home on Wednesday. I've not had any connection issues all week. So I might have some today.
You're fine right now. You're fine right now.
All right, good. I'm gonna address it off the top, and I don't want to talk about it again. I just want, in case I crap out, man.
Dude, it's like a no-hitter, Mike. You don't talk about the no-hitter. You're pitching a no-hitter from Hawaii. Don't talk about it.
All right, that's fine. Dude, after all the crap I went through technically when I was living here, I'll take a 5-inning, 5-run, 5-strikeout game. I don't need a no-hitter. I'm just trying to get
Was it bad?
Here. One last day in Hawaii. So bad, and especially in the morning. So I'm powering up. I mean, this whole island powers up in the morning, and it takes a while. You know, I used to think that like San Antonio, when I first moved to San Antonio in 2007, I thought, this is a big town. There's a lot of people here. They're podunk. That's what I used to think about our city from a technical perspective.
Right.
I used to joke that there's probably like 10 people in all of San Antonio that actually keep the city running. Right? One of them was Nelson Wolf before he retired. One was probably, I don't know, Phil Hardberger's descendants or something. Like there's 10 people literally that keep the city going. And if one of those 10 people did not do what they're supposed to do, the city was just shut down. Dude, there might be like 3 people that keep the city on the grid here. Man, this is crazy. So apologize in advance for issues. I've got connection problems. So let's just talk football for 30 or 40 minutes and see how it goes. All right, good. Good morning. It is Ass Whip Tuesday. That's my ass whip off the top. The power issues I'm having here in this hotel. You sound great. Looks like you moved rooms from yesterday's show, which is probably a good thing. Where you at? Did you move locations?
Yeah, my room was like, so I FaceTimed my wife this morning, and she was like, you're delayed bad. So right then and there, I knew because yesterday's show I was having issues. So I'm right now in the business center of my hotel. I was like, I'll just go in the business center and use I'll even, their computers, their desktops have cameras. I was like, I'll use them. Their computers are down. But I'm in the business center though. I'm in the business center, so we'll see how this goes today.
All right, ass whipped. All right, but there's lots of football. There's lots of stuff I want to get to today. We're at the halfway point of the year, and there's something symbolic about the calendar turning into June, where I thought today, if you wanted, we could kind of revisit some of the stuff that's gone on. It's been a hell of a 6 months here in 2024, not only in the sports world and the news world and this world, but on a personal level, for what we've done. So I thought we'd talk about this first 6 months and then stuff we think is going to happen for the remaining 6 months of this year that it's halfway over already. Already it's halfway over. But I'm excited. Not for the beginning of the NBA Finals, but for the beginning of minicamp in the NFL.
Wow.
Most football teams around the league are getting into minicamp season, baby. Yes, sir. You have to keep me up to speed on the finals because I'm more interested in what Darren Waller's doing. I'm more interested in what the backup punter and with the Cowboys minicamps looking like this year.
What? That's bullshit.
What?
Your family. I don't got to keep you up to date. Your brother and your father do that. This is a big deal for Dallas, man. And again, it ties into football because again, the Stars, the Rangers, the Mavericks now. Dallas is thriving. Dallas is thriving in pro sports except at one place.
Right. Well, the Cowboys are they're the dysfunctional uncle in that sports family up there in the Metro 6. The expectations are rock bottom, so who gives a shit? They're doing what they're supposed to. The Cowboys are the uncle that shows up at Thanksgiving and makes gay jokes in June. The Cowboys are the crazy uncle. Oh, I got arrested again. Y'all, what's that lawyer? That's the Cowboys. The other ones are functional people. The Cowboys are not. And so Enough
Well,
said
this is
five.
what I'll say. I don't care what anybody says. I know everybody's like, oh, well, Jerry just cares about making money. This is embarrassing for him. He won't admit it because him and Mark Cuban are friends and him and the Rangers owners are friends. Obviously, all owners, they're a tight-knit circle. This is embarrassing for him. Yes, he of course, who doesn't want to make money? Now, we all want to wait. I don't give a shit how much money you got. But this is embarrassing. It's embarrassing that Mark Cuban effed up. We haven't been on long enough. Effed up a team in 2011. Didn't know what the hell he was doing. Rebuilt 2-3 times since then and is back in the NBA finals. The Rangers won a World Series. The Mavs are probably about to win another
Say
ring.
it again.
This is embarrassing. This got to be embarrassing
Good. He
for
deserves
Jerry.
it.
No, I'm just saying, I know a lot of people are like, oh, Jerry don't care. Yes, he does. I promise you he does. I promise you he does. Hell,
Well, as
TCU
a longtime
was in a
suffering,
goddamn national championship game.
indeed. I know. SMU
This
may
is
watch out for the ponies of SMU.
this is sad.
They,
This is sad, man. This is sad.
dude, SMU will compete for a natty before the Cowboys do. Guaranteed.
Now
Don't they
you're
have a
reaching.
WNBA team in Dallas? Dallas has a WNBA team, don't they? What do they call
Yeah, they
the
have one. I don't
the?
know.
I don't know either. They haven't played the Fever yet, so I don't know. If they
Right,
play the Fever, then I'll know. If they play My Aces, I'll know.
right.
All right, so we got football news, and you know what? We'll make it relate to Rudy's Cowboys since he's such a Jerry fan, and has
I love
Jerry's
Jerry.
Jerry's feelings are close to Rudy's heart too. So the Vikings today hook up yesterday they hook up Justin Jefferson with a monstrous
110,
deal.
110 guaranteed. All I care about
Woo.
is the 110 guaranteed, 88 up
Yep.
front. And it
Damn.
averages out to about 30 a year. But I think he's getting 88 up front. So I don't, the cap manipulation when you play with that much money. When you give him 88 up front, I don't know if you actually, and it's only 110 guaranteed of the 140 something. I don't know if you have to actually pay him 30 million a year. I'm not a cap
Mhm.
expert.
Yeah.
So there's some cap manipulation there by giving him the 88 up front.
Yeah.
But it directly correlates to your Cowboys in my eyes. I don't give a shit about Justin Jefferson and Minnesota Vikings. They're going to suck with Justin Jefferson, just like Miami sucks with Tyreek Hill, just like the Raiders suck with Devontae Adams. We can all agree that's too much money for a receiver, especially for a receiver that doesn't affect the bottom line. But in a few weeks or a few months or 6 months from now, CeeDee Lamb will probably be the highest paid wide receiver because of this contract.
Well, there's a big difference though. JJ McCarthy's cheap in Minnesota, so see the Vikings
Oh,
offered Jefferson a deal at the beginning of last year, and he's like, I ain't taking that. Okay, cool. So then wait till we get rid of Kirk Cousins. They move Kirk Cousins' money off the books. Now all of a sudden they love Justin, and Justin's happy. He's happy. He had this long pose. I wouldn't have been here without her. I can't help my sister's. I'm so happy. He's happy. I don't blame him. I'm happy because he's had a long road. He's had this chip because he wasn't the first wide receiver drafted. He wasn't very highly recruited, and he's turned into the stud that he's turned
right.
into. But that's how you do it in the NFL. We talked about this in April over the draft. Everything you do in the NFL is based on the quarterback's money. Until you figure out what the quarterback's getting paid, then you start down. Minnesota gets rid of Kirk, so now they can sign Justin Jefferson. LG just put CeeDee Lamb's numbers up against Justin Jefferson's numbers. Look at that. Damn near
See these
identical.
numbers? No, CDs are
Wow.
better.
Yeah,
CD's
well, I
numbers are
mean, they're
better.
comparable
Well,
but
not
better. Yeah.
the yards Justin has them by a good 700. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
754. CD
Yeah.
has more
CD's got
touchdowns.
more tutties. More tutties.
So
Dude.
so when I take that in there, me and my agent walk into Steven's office and Jerry's office, and if I'm the agent, I just throw that on the Jerry's desk and walk out. Like I'm coming from CD's perspective. Like I'm not negotiating with y'all. I'm not negotiating with y'all. And I make Dak Prescott better. Dak Prescott's not putting up the numbers he puts up without me. So
Well,
I
that's where the
just throw
Cowboys.
that image on Jerry's desk, and I walk out and say, "Don't call me until you have 110 million guaranteed and 88 million up front." And I walk out. Don't call my
And
phone
then
until you got Justin's numbers.
and then Jerry walks back into the agent's office and goes, "Hey, this here's Dak Prescott's contract. That's why we can't give you guy nothing." They got Minnesota don't have
Well,
Dak
go get
Prescott
JJ
problem.
McCarthy then. Go draft JJ
I
McCarthy then,
I
or the next
agree.
JJ McCarthy, or go draft
Release.
Quinn Ewers then. Go draft Quinn
I
Ewers
agree.
then.
I agree. Release Dak Prescott today, or let him play one more season for you and be done with the son of a bitch. Oh, by the way, hi, Mr. Jones. There's a phone call ringing. Hello. Hey, it's Micah Parsons' agent. They don't have Micah Parsons problems in Minnesota. They don't have Dak Prescott problems in Minnesota. So Justin Jefferson gets hooked up. If I'm CD, I'm thinking I'm not going to be a Cowboy anymore much longer. I don't know. You cannot. If you sign all three, great. But you ain't going to have nobody after that. Not that I mean, if you're seeding and you want to do some winning, you will go to free agency. If it's just about getting taken care of, which that's priority, and I
No,
get that.
it's just about getting paid. It's just about
Absolutely.
generational wealth. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it. Now, if you
Agreed.
can only have one of those three, Mike, which one would it be? If you can only
Generational
keep,
wealth.
no, I'm talking about if it's Micah, you can only keep one. Micah,
Yeah.
Dak, CD.
Yeah.
Who is it?
CD
You
won't be
keep
able to
CD
keep
Lamb.
long term.
You,
Micah
you
Parsons. I don't think Micah's in the league in 4 years. I think he's going to get. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to start getting hurt. His career is going to start derailing. He's too small for the position he plays, and I think Dak Prescott's damn near washed. I think CD, and it's
I'm
funny.
shocked because you hate
I know.
receivers.
I do. I wouldn't have. I would not. It's because of how the salary cap works, man. If there were no cap, and if this was La Liga or the English
Mm-hmm.
Premier League, then I would say probably Micah, because he's young and he plays a premier position. CD plays an important position, but there are a lot of guys that you can go get to play that position that are good. There's few guys that do what Micah does. And Dak, I'm just done with Dak. But we don't have that. It's not La Liga. It's not European soccer where they don't have a stupid ass communist salary cap. If Donald Trump's reelected, my first request as a citizen is make the NFL get rid of the salary cap because it's communist. If you really hate communists and those pinko liberal communists, then get rid of the salary cap in the NFL. I don't think he's going to be able to do that. So because of that, CD Lamb's the most important of those three guys. And I did not wake up this morning thinking that I would say that, but you asked me, and that's what my brain tells me. But how
Interesting.
can they if they're
I
going to
just
keep
don't get
Dak?
it, man. When I look around the league, I mean, let's see who was in the Super Bowl this year. San Fran.
Chiefs.
They have Ayuk and they have Debo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not putting Patrick Mahomes in this conversation because he's on Mars, so he can play
Mm-hmm.
without receivers. But
Yep.
the Daks of the world do need their receivers. The Tua Tagovailoas do need their receivers.
Mm-hmm.
JJ McCarthy's gonna need his receivers, but good Lord,
Mm-hmm.
if it's at this price, like Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams screwed up the wide receiver market. I don't know when they're gonna get it back under control. Jamar Chase money's coming now too. He's holding out in Cincinnati. He's pissed. They went to school together. LSU won that natty together. Jamar and Justin. Jamar's money's coming. So CD's probably gonna get somewhere around this. But again, what does it do to the rest of your team? Because Jerry's gonna pay Dak, he's gonna pay Micah, and he's gonna pay CD. He's been talking about paying these three guys for 5 years now. He's been talking about it for 5 years. So it's just the rest of those guys on those rookie deals are going to have to play above and beyond their means if the Cowboys are really serious about winning, because all three of those guys are gonna get paid, even though we're playing the game of who would you take. They're all three of them are getting paid.
Sure. And we'll have starters get cut over the next 2 years because of it, like Trayvon Diggs. People like that. Deron Bland.
Well, Diggs got paid. Diggs
Deron
got
Bland,
paid.
right, but I'm saying they're going to release his ass.
Oh yeah,
They're
yeah,
going to
yeah.
be forced to have to release him and eat some
Good point.
money. The Cowboys are in Dak Prescott hell. They're not in salary cap hell. They're in Dak Prescott hell. Dak's deal and Dak's inability to win in the playoffs is hamstringing this organization. And the only way that all it's time, and the only thing they can do at this point is to wash their hands of number 4. But they don't have the balls to do so. We talked about this in April at the draft. How you handle it with the NFL salary cap. Now, by the way, the cap's going to go up big time. You have to go get a good quarterback who's cheap and then pay everybody. And then once that quarterback's ready to get paid, then you release these people. And you hope you win while your QB's cheap. Or if you already have the franchise quarterback, you don't have to pay people like CeeDee Lamb because you got the franchise QB. Dak Prescott is not a franchise QB. He is a very good regular season quarterback. And Dallas needs to do what Atlanta has done. They brought in White Dak, but then they turn around and draft a kid in the first round anyway. But the Cowboys don't have the balls to do this, which
Right.
is why they're dysfunctional. They're the crazy dysfunctional uncle, man. And the problem is the dysfunctional uncle has custody of the kids. Thus is life with the Cowboys. It's like being your crazy uncle's raising you now, and that's unfortunate. And that's how
I
things
just
are.
can't believe that the wide receiver market is crazy. I ain't mad at these brothers. Get your money, but
Good for them.
when it's the biggest contract for a non QB in NFL history. Think about
Right.
that
I know. It's too much money
for
for
that
that guy.
position.
But
What's JJ? Yeah,
nothing.
whatever.
Rookie deal. It's just a rookie deal. So either JJ McCarthy is really good, the Vikings stay really good, and they're fine paying Justin Jefferson. Yeah. Or JJ sucks and he's cheap, and so they go get somebody else. And if JJ does get really good, then that's great because it's like a pendulum. So here's Justin's money, here's JJ's money, and JJ starts playing well, it starts doing this. And then we get to the point where JJ's got to get paid. Guess what? They're going to be looking to get out of Justin Jefferson's contract. And it's only 4 years, by the way. So
Right.
they gave Justin all this up front money, and they put themselves on the back end. Whereas the Cowboys, they don't do smart to hamstring their.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, Mike's having a little bit of issues with Hawaii up there trying to power up. How the hell does Hawaii have to power up and they charge $90 per gallon of milk? Like, I think they should think about getting that fixed. But it's just hard for me to fathom CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and Micah Parsons getting generational wealth money to play like dog ass in the playoffs at home against Green Bay. I'm talking about, keep in mind, if we want to revisionist history, in the first quarter of that game, CD was already talking shit to Dak Prescott. Then his mama went on Twitter and was talking shit about Dak Prescott. Micah Parsons was a no-show. Dak was a no-show. And all three of them, Jerry's been putting money aside for all three of these guys, and none of them are really difference makers in the biggest moments. But the market is what it is. I can't sit here and say you're better without CeeDee Lamb, which is the problem. So since you're not better without CeeDee Lamb, and the market is what it is, and we just saw the graphic with his numbers being as good as Justin Jefferson's, but minus the yards. Justin ahead of him by quite a bit, about 700 yards.
Yeah.
The market is what it is, and you're not better without
Mm-hmm.
him. Pay the man.
All right. I jinxed the no hitter. I think I'm back. Hello. All right. It
Yeah,
is
you back.
in the building, presented by in the Slacker studio. The Slacker studio today. It is being done from Canada and California and somewhere in the South Pacific
See?
Islands.
Hey, Frank, where else can you get this kind of exposure?
Uh,
We're
we're
worldwide,
international,
baby.
Mr. Worldwide. And
We
so
worldwide, Frank.
you have to forgive me. I'm in the only part of America that has been attacked by another country's military at some point, and so it affects the internet in 2K24.
Dude, and
Thank you to Slackers.
how is it $90 for a gallon of milk, but you got to power up for internet? Like, don't they got the money to just not have to power up?
No. They don't.
Oh
It's in the. I don't know.
no,
That's an
I'm kidding.
LG
I don't give
question.
a shit. I don't give a shit.
LG, is it? It's got to be because of the geography of where this place is. We're in the middle of the
Oh,
freaking Pacific Ocean. You know.
good point.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
dude, there you go.
Uh-oh.
I'm in the ocean.
There's probably
Yeah, if
Uh-oh.
I'm
one.
Have you looked at
There's probably one
what's that?
underwater cable connecting the whole island to the internet, and it's all
oh
the
Yep,
shit.
traffic gets bottlenecked on that one cable.
that
Look
is
how good
correct.
LG
Yeah,
looks.
it is.
See, LG got fiber. LG looks like he's in 8K. He's on perfect. Like his internet is like fire. That Google Fiber. The fact that Google Fiber isn't available in every neighborhood in America
Yeah,
is bullshit.
they got
Google Fiber, get your
Bell
shit
fiber,
together.
Bell fiber
It's
up
all.
here.
I'll
Yeah.
pay. I don't give a shit what it is. If once Google Fiber makes it to the northwest side of where I live, I don't give a shit what it is. I'm paying it.
It's cheap. It's only $75.
It's cheaper than Spectrum, and Spectrum is fucking bullshit.
It
I
is.
hate Spectrum.
It's absolute BS.
Sorry, Spectrum.
It's okay. All right.
Has it been 30
Slackers.
minutes? Because I just dropped the F bomb. Damn.
Nope,
Nope.
not quite.
20 minutes.
Not quite. 20
Oh,
minutes.
$1.
June 20, this show will be at Slackers back home with decent connection. And I've been told that DJ LG is in charge of the next remote at Slackers, so I have zero worries about that.
Yeah.
All right. So on the
It'd be at
20th,
the
we're going
North
to be out
Star. North Star.
the North Star location celebrating Slackers' birthday. So that's very cool. Thank you to Slackers for sponsoring our studio. All right, what else in the league today? Darren Waller, the longtime very good tight end who the Giants for a couple of years ago and done nothing for them because he stayed hurt and his life's gone into shit. Here's a guy who got paid and he's like, you know what? I think I'll
Well, he
skip
went.
practice today.
Well, when Kelsey Plum leaves you, you go through some shit,
Oh,
Mike. Is it Plum or
hey,
Plume? Kelsey Plum, whatever it is. Your
Casey
aces.
Plum. You know,
Your aces.
Now, there ain't no pizza worth ruining your NFL career over. But yeah, she filed last month. She filed for divorce.
What did he do?
I'll,
Did he cheat?
I don't know. I have no
Because he
idea,
made a
dude.
song about her, didn't he? Can we play it? He
Okay.
ain't got
Oh
no
my
music
God. I
rights.
doubt it. You got to be good first to get rights. All I know is that it affects the Giants, and that has an impact on the fighting Dax. So the dude's life's kind of a mess. I mean, from an outside perspective looking in. So, and they've known he was probably going to retire. He's probably the news is he's about to retire. So they went and drafted a guy in the 4th round, something called Theo Johnson. They signed a couple of hacks at the position in offseason because they know that they're expecting Waller to retire. He had drug issues early in his career. He blamed mental instability for that. So he's become this advocate for mental stability, and that's great. Who knows if he's had a setback with that? As you mentioned, he's trying to be some sort of musician. He's busy making tunes. His old lady's divorcing him. Things are not good. He's had hamstring issues the last couple of years, and that's led some people to question his commitment. Like, are you not staying in shape? Why are your hamstrings all of a sudden failing you? Are you not in condition? You know, the
Mm.
Giants are a mess. I thought the Giants were going to take off last year. I've never missed on any prediction in my NFL predicting career like when
What?
I missed on the Giants last year.
Oh, I was like, what?
Never. That you've pissed off. Daniel Jones is pissed. Not that, I mean, he don't really deserve to bitch too much, but he's supposed to be your guy, and he has one bad year, and all of a sudden now you're trying to trade up to go get other guys in the draft. They brought in
Mm.
Drew Lock. Jones has let it be known that he ain't happy because of all that. It's a mess in New York. They were on the way up with that Brian Daboll, and that dude, that ship just broke apart. They hit an iceberg, and the Giants suck. So
Iceberg. Yeah, they lost
what?
Saquon
Yeah.
Barkley to the Eagles. To the
Mm-hmm.
Eagles of all places.
Yeah, right. So I think the Eagles are going to win that division. They're going to have that sumbitch wrapped up in mid-October. Dallas is going to suck. The Giants are dysfunctional. Dan Quinn needs time. Speaking of Dan Quinn,
What's
you
up with
think the
their kicker?
They told him never. We're done. He's like, wait a minute, this is an accusation. I'm not been arrested.
What happened? Sexual
Uh,
assault?
yeah, allegations. Was it 2 flight attendants? I want to pull this up so I don't want to get sued.
Yeah, I don't want to cease
I
and
saw
desist.
this. I saw this and I'm thinking, uh, I saw this and I'm thinking that, oh, okay, what would Dallas have done? What
Hmm.
would Dallas have done? Would Dallas have had the guts to just tell their kicker, oh, it's an allegation? We're good. I guess
That's what
had
you
he played,
should do.
had he been the
It's
quarterback,
innocent till proven guilty, Michael. This is still America.
I know, but not the Commanders. They dumped his ass. Bye. They
Yeah,
cut
because
him.
he's just a.
They cut him.
If it would have been the JT Daniels, the quarterback they drafted, they wouldn't cut
Yeah.
him. They're
Yeah.
making an example because he's a kicker. It's
Well,
bullshit. I'm
yeah,
not
I
saying
know.
he
I
didn't do
agree.
whatever they saying he did. I'm just saying like
Yeah.
it's easy to
Yep.
make an example of a kicker.
Right. Buffalo did the same thing with their punter.
Yeah,
Punters,
and then
too. Oh,
and guess what? Found out he was innocent.
right. All right. I got breaking news, guys. This is huge.
Oh shit! What's up? Damn, my fucking arm itches. I got bit by something. What's up?
We're recording this show on a Monday morning. I'm just going to go ahead and out us doing that as I get ready to fly home tonight. Todd Archer of ESPN just dropped this. Wow, this is big, man. Cowboys Hall of Fame offensive lineman Larry Allen has died.
No way.
Wow. Yeah, man.
What?
Wow. I'm just going to read to you what Todd just wrote. Damn. Cowboys Hall of Fame offensive lineman Larry Allen died suddenly Sunday while on vacation with his family in Mexico. The Cowboys just confirmed this. He was 52 years old.
Damn.
Whoa.
No, he's older than 52,
Whoa.
Mike.
52.
No. Larry
52.
Allen? No.
Yeah. No. Golly.
Wait, Mike. Wait, there's
I'm
no
not
way,
kidding you,
Mike.
man.
Because
Yeah.
I was in 95, I was 18.
And he was 20, and he was 21, 22. Damn.
No.
The
What
Cowboys
am I
just
right
released
now? I'm
it.
46. So yeah, so shit, then he
Yeah.
was only like
Yeah.
24. Okay.
Yeah. Cowboys have just released a statement. Larry, known for his great athleticism and incredible strength, was one of the most respected, accomplished offensive linemen to ever play in the NFL. We all know this. And it's just golly, man. He was deeply loved and cared for by his wife, Janelle, whom he referred to as his heart and soul, his daughters, Jayla. My gosh. Cowboys said
Damn.
memorial service arrangements will be announced in the near future. Larry was picked out of Sonoma State in 1994. And as soon as he got onto the field, immediately became a Hall of Fame level dominant offensive lineman. 11-time Pro Bowler, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2013, played with the Cowboys from 94 to 05. A lot of y'all all know this. This is for my young buck Cowboy fans. Went to San Francisco for a couple of years at the end. Good Lord.
52?
Allen
That
overcame a
sucks.
challenging upbringing in Compton, California. He was once stabbed 12 times while protecting one of his brothers and, of course, lived. He attended 4 different high schools before attending Butte College. His youth was such a mess, he couldn't get a D1 offer. He wound up going to Butte College out of Compton. Later wound up at Sonoma State, but the Cowboys found him, and they're like, this dude's at Sonoma State. How the hell is he at Sonoma State? And the Cowboys took him the 46th pick. He'd have been the number 1 overall pick in that draft had anybody else known the future. He protected Cowboys quarterbacks from Troy Aikman to Tony Romo and once shifted from guard to tackle in games. He would switch positions in the game as needed.
Yeah, he was a badass.
Played right tackle, right guard, left tackle, but mostly started left guard and was a first-team All-Pro 7 times, was named to the All-Decade team for the 2000s. His feats of strength in the Cowboys' weight room were legendary. Once bench pressing 700 pounds. He benched 700. His speed for his frame astounded many. There's that.
Yeah, the
There's that
video.
legendary video of Larry on the
Hmm.
interception where he chased down the linebacker from like 50
That's the
yards away.
that's the one that's
God.
ingrained in my. That's the video clip that's ingrained in my head. That was amazing.
52 years old, Larry Allen has died while on vacation in Mexico.
He was on
Wow.
vacation.
He was with his whole family down in Mexico on vacation. Golly, man. This goes back to, of course, as we're hearing this news for the first time, we don't know what happened. But you see all those stats, man. It's gotten a little better in recent years because the league's gone to great lengths to try to protect guys and take care of them after they're done. Not enough, many think. But what was it in the late '90s, early 2000s? It got so bad that the life expectancy of the ex-pro football player who played at least 5 years in the NFL was 54. That was the life expectancy. 54 years old.
Hmm.
I talked to Moose Johnston about this 20 years ago when I was at ESPN. Moose was even saying, like, I'm 38. He had just retired, because he had the neck fusion surgery. He had to have another one. Even Daryl Johnston, who got live, but even in those days, Moose was like, yeah, I can't get an insurance premium. I have to pay I'm Daryl Johnston. I'm a millionaire. I have to pay for insurance out of pocket. Like I can't get insured. I just have to. If I go to the hospital today, I got to pay full cash. I
Same.
can't get medical insurance I'm because I'm probably going to die in my mid-50s. Golly, and again, who knows? I don't know what happened to Larry. As you and I are doing this, and this just came down. I don't know what happened to Larry, but if this is a heart attack or something, natural causes, it's football, man. Effing football. And playing that long and playing
Hey,
that position and ramming heads 50 times a week. Golly.
the thing about it though, Mike, you ask all of them, they do it all over again.
I know.
You know, I mean,
I know. I
is it?
know
I
they
mean,
would.
if I can, if you told me,
Mm-hmm.
Rudy, you're gonna make enough money
Be careful
to
what you're about
take.
to tell me. You
If
sure
you're gonna
about
make
what
a,
you're about to tell me?
if you're gonna make enough money to take care of your great grandkids, to leave your great
Yep.
grandkids in a great situation, but you can only live to 55. Because I think life is more about not success as much as it is for how many people you help along the way and what the type of person people think you are. And if I could set my family up for generations, but I can only live to 55, I think it's worth it.
Your babies
I
would
know
tell
that's
you,
crazy.
Daddy, that's
I know
right.
that's
Your
it
your
is.
babies would tell you we're fine being middle class or less. We don't
That's true.
I'll live in don't do that to me. You know. Oh, man, but see, that's a hypothetical,
No, it
because you
is.
can't
It
predict
is.
when that day's gonna come, right?
Knock
Did
on
you see
wood.
the
I'm
movie
not
John
ready.
Q?
I'm not ready to go. I'm not ready to go. I want to live
No,
as long as
I know.
possible. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Like I'm just putting
yeah,
myself in a football player's shoes. Like Justin Jefferson
right.
just got himself $110 million.
Yeah,
But what if you out of here at 55? Was it worth it?
man. My great grandkids are on their own. I want to take care of my children, so then they can worry about their kids. I'm taking care
Hey,
of these people right
let's
here.
shake on that. I like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Let
That's
let me
it.
set my kids up and then give
Right.
them a chance to set their kids up. That's how it should work.
Right.
And I want to stay. Yeah, golly, I'm sorry. I'm a loss for words, man. I
That's
love
Larry.
Larry
No,
Allen.
that's Larry Allen. 52 is
Yeah,
young, man. That's down the street from me. I can see if I look outside my house and look down the street, I can see 52. That's scary.
I'm 50 and 5 months.
50 in 5 months.
Man, that threw me for a loop, dude. Golly, that's awful. Phew. That's back when the Cowboys were good, boys and girls. Man,
Are you
that
going?
is
Are you? Did you
awful.
just shed a thug tear? You shed a
No, I
thug tear
didn't
a
share
little
a
bit.
thug tear. No, I didn't share a thug tear. But that dude,
Are
50.
you crying?
It's been a. It has been a
Yeah.
minute since. It's been a while since a Cowboy unless I'm forgetting somebody, has passed on at a young age. They lost a few guys back in the day. Mark Tuanay, Larry's
2 and 8,
playing
right?
partner, died of a heroin overdose of all things. Years ago, man.
And I just forget about Larry because Larry's not one of those guys. Like I see Nate all the time. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
certain Cowboys you see all the time. Larry
Yep.
just kind of one of those. Like Larry retired and just went off the grid.
Larry makes Tim Duncan look outgoing.
Right.
Yeah. Back when I was covering locker rooms in those days, when I was a kid reporter, this is what Larry would do. The advent of the cell phone was the best thing ever for Larry Allen because this is what he would do when they'd let us in the room. He'd look up, he'd go. He'd sit
Act
there
like he was on the
the
phone,
whole time. He'd do this in the locker room. He
so he
wasn't
wouldn't have to
talking to
talk.
nobody. He didn't want you bothering him. I thought it was awesome.
That's
Golly, that's
funny.
shocking, dude. 52,
On
man. So that just
vacation
came.
and then
Golly.
it's on
Mm-hmm.
vacation with the family, man. So now you got to
Oh,
get the body, you got to get the body back to where you want it. It's a mess.
oh
It's a
my! Your
mess.
wife. Yeah. Hopefully the Cowboys are going to help. Obviously the Cowboys are going to help her.
Yes.
Golly, God, that is terrible. Good grief. That's it. That's all I got on that. That's
Yeah, me too.
awful. Oh, let's move on. Golly. All right, it is in the building. Subscribe, like this show, share it with your buddies. Subscribe. It is absolutely free to do so. Let's do some punches today, presented by the law office of Orlando Kell. Who are you punching today, and why?
I'm punching the Miami Dolphins and what are they now? The Las Vegas Raiders for
Okay.
signing receivers to stupid ass contracts and making this like y'all, you know what I mean? Like y'all gave Tyreek Hill $30 million a season to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Raiders ain't even making the playoffs.
No.
You gave Devontae Adams. You went and got him from Green Bay. Gave him $30 million to not even be making the playoffs. And now we're gonna got you. Now
Mm-hmm.
you got guys like Justin Jefferson who probably ain't making the playoffs. You got guys like CeeDee Lamb who get their asses handed to them once they're in the playoffs. Now you're gonna have these guys making $110 million. All it takes is for one team. We saw it, and the Raiders were part of this with the DBs when Asamoah, when they gave Asamoah all this crazy money to play cornerback, and the
Yeah.
market goes all out of whack. And
Yeah.
that's what bad teams do. Bad teams panic and
Mm-hmm.
overpay at the worst possible positions. And I love Tyreek Hill. He's great. But look, the Chiefs are still winning without him. Andy Reid was smart enough to understand, like I have Patrick Mahomes. I don't got to give you $30 million. Godspeed.
Mm-hmm.
Wish you well, but we don't do it. So punch the Raiders, punch the Dolphins for making this wide receiver market just absolute shit show. But get your money, fellas. No hate, but
Good
I
one.
gotta punch the people. Gotta punch the people that
Good one.
messed this shit up.
All right. Today, I want to punch Dallas Stars hockey head coach Pete DeBoer. That's who I'm punching today.
What, you didn't like his shifts? You didn't like his shift
Old-time
changes,
hockey?
Mike?
I did not like his shift changes. No, he lost his team. His team shit the bed, up 2-1 in the Western Conference Finals, and Dallas didn't score a goal again until the very end of the third period of the elimination game. They got outscored 10-0 over 2.5 games, and completely crapped the
Damn.
bed. And in the middle of all that, Peter DeBoer has a meltdown in a post-game press conference. Not that I'm defending Tim Cowlishaw. I couldn't care less about him. I think he's extremely overrated, but whatever. Peter DeBoer did not like a question that Tim asked. Totally misunderstood the point of Tim's question, and dropped F-bombs and what do you call that when you're upset at something and this poor guy walks in and it's like having road rage. That's just projection on the other problems going on in your life. You really don't hate this person. It's projection.
Yeah, Tim
Poor
Cowlishaw
Tim
called a straight.
Cowlishaw got
He
one on
called a
Peter
straight.
DeBoer.
He called a straight.
That's right. He did. Walked up in the wrong time, and Pete was upset. And Peter losing control of his hockey team and his own character in a post-game press conference. To his credit, he apologized the next day, but it was too late.
Oh, he
He had
did?
lost
Okay.
this thing. Yeah, he said he misunderstood. Let's do it. Can we get a redo? Yeah. How about a redo on the season, Peter DeBoer? punched Dallas Stars coach Peter DeBoer, whose team crapped the bed after being up 2-1 on the Edmonton Oilers. All right, and they're better than Edmonton, and Edmonton's going to get their ass whooped by Florida in the Stanley Cup Finals next week, and just to hack me off even more. Who you punching, LG? Anybody today? Or are you too
I'm good
stoned and
today.
happy to? I thought you might be, Mr. Canada. They probably wouldn't let us do a people I want to punch if our show was based in Canada. We
No,
don't do that up here, guys. We're not. We don't want to perpetuate violence on anybody, yo, or not yo, a. We
That's the
just
other
like our
part of
free
Canada.
weed.
You
Yeah,
have to
I
do
know
you
you're
have
in
to do
that
your
French part.
Tony Parker impersonation for this part.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Hey, we don't bring this up here to Canada. Hey, we have
Canada.
a wonderful life. We have a wonderful life. We can buy marijuana from the store. If I get sick, I go to the doctor. They take care of it. There's the universal health
They
care.
have. How do you survive as a country giving away health care?
Taxes.
Yes, sir. High
Oh,
tax.
okay. Okay. Because their Medicare
Yeah,
is free, right?
college. If I'm a kid in high school today, I seriously consider going to college in Canada too. If I can't, I need to look into like out of country tuition and stuff like that. But I mean, how do you not consider going to, especially if you want to go to I'm this came up because LG's in Canada. My Republican buddy's going to let me know I'm an asshole. That's okay. All I know is that in Canada,
Okay.
if I'm sick, I go to the doctor and they fix it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So there's a
Imagine
15%
that.
tax on everything. That's how they do
Yeah.
it.
Oh
Yeah. Imagine
shit.
that. Is it not worth it though to
It
get
It's
is
the
worth
worth
health
it.
it.
care?
If you needed like a
Yes,
triple,
absolutely is.
if you need a triple bypass, yes, it's absolutely worth it. Now, here's the thing though, because it is election season,
Well,
and here
move your
comes the
ass up
pro.
there then,
Here,
Taylor.
yeah,
Move
here
up.
comes your
Go ahead and move up
yeah,
there, Taylor.
here comes the promises. Now they're saying, well, Kamala, they're no longer going to. They're trying to pass a bill to no longer make it affect your credit report if you have unpaid medical bills. But it's election season. So they saying they're
Good
making a
luck.
lot of
Yeah,
prom.
right.
They're making a lot of
Yeah,
promises.
yeah.
But when you think about that though, I don't give
Sure,
a shit if it's left or
sure.
right. Like I can't get a house because I had some medical bills that wasn't covered by my insurance and wasn't able to pay them, and so it's affecting my fucking credit score. Are you kidding me? That
Right.
is
Yeah, yeah,
bullshit.
yeah. It's
I don't give a
bullshit.
shit what side, left, right. I don't give a shit.
now, hey, you don't like it up there? Get back to me in January and tell me how great Canada is, and you can't leave your house. And in the defense of my beloved America, I was very patriotic on yesterday's show. Because I got my Pearl Harbor 80th anniversary T-shirt on here today in the Hellscape to commemorate the 80th anniversary 2 years ago. In defense of America, they only got 40 million people in that country. We got 330. So it's easier to do free medical
I'll
care when you ain't got
I'll
40
throw
million some bitches to take
I'll
care of.
throw this
Just
pen
saying.
at you. No, don't moonwalk. Stand on that shit.
No, I wear both shoes when we do these arguments. I look at both people's perspective. If
I
Darren
think
Waller wants to make music, go for it. I don't know. Maybe he's got a lot of money. Maybe he's taken care of. I look
I
at
should
both perspectives. That's all. That's it.
I think we should all be able to qualify for Medicaid. Actually, I ain't rich. Like the middle class gets fucked. Like yo, I ain't rich enough to do rich shit, but I ain't poor enough to get
Yeah,
help.
that's correct. In this country, if you make $200,000 or $0 a year, you're good. If you make between $1 and 199,000, you're on your own. Good luck. Hard work. It's about hard work here in America. If you work hard, you're going to get all the things you ever wanted.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, Mike. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, Rudy. Quit
In a
quit your
country where
bitching.
50% of the married population will get divorced.
Amen.
And if that occurs, get a hold of our guy, Orlando Kell, 210-775-4995, or you can email him directly at orlandokell@gmail.com, orlandokell@gmail.com. All right, there were some things I wanted to get into today that I think we're going to hold till Wednesday when I'm back home. It's a lot of
All right.
stuff on the year. I want to I'm going to do like a mid-year in review, and then
I
I want
have
to
no
look at some
clock in
stuff
here. What
going
time is it?
forward.
Well, how are we looking on time?
Oh,
45 minutes in.
We've done enough. We've done enough. Although I
Okay.
mean, I got a few other talking points I want to make. So we talked about Caitlin Clark yesterday. I think we
Right.
were ahead of the curve on that. Jamel Hill. Remember her, the chick who got castigated,
ESPN.
ostracized, kicked out of Mickey?
She was too
Yeah,
black.
she wrote a thing today about how can you not look at the race of the whole thing? And we talk about Caitlin Clark. This is white, and she's also straight. And a healthy number of girls in the WNBA are not. Caitlin Clark is a Midwestern raised,
Oh shit.
straight
Oh,
white
wait.
girl.
So this is because the straight has come into it. Her preference has come into this.
Well, not that there's anything
There's a,
wrong
you
with
know
being
what?
straight.
There has been some. No, there's been an influx of femininity into the WNBA that we have not seen.
Great.
Like
No,
that
I don't
Nike
give a shit.
commercial with all their underwear.
Yeah,
Where
you
they're
saw
wearing
that.
like the
LG.
Spanx.
Right.
Nike
Yeah, you saw
Spanx.
that. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's
Women's
whatever.
golfers now, straight women's golfers now, they will pink it up, so to speak. You know, hey,
Whoa there, buddy.
it's for
Whoa there,
marketing.
buddy. Whoa there,
Oh,
buddy. What you mean pink? Why is it got to be pink? What do you mean by
they
that?
wear pink skirts,
Oh,
form fitting golf shirts. Why your mind's out? You've been gone from home too long. You need to get home.
yeah, I do.
Me too.
It's about
Me
that
too.
time.
I'm hungry. Anyway,
I'm
no, no.
hungry.
No, I think a lot of straight athletes want to show their femininity,
That
and
they're
that's
straight.
great, and they should. But a lot of that's about marketing. It ain't Caitlin Clark's fault that now all of a sudden there's all these eyeballs and attention on the WNBA. That points toward American society. I mean, if Caitlin Clark were not straight, would she be as hyped as she is? I say no.
I say no.
if
I say
Taylor
no.
Swift, if Taylor Swift were not straight and were not with Travis Kelce and was with Travis Kelce's sister, would she be as massive?
No.
No.
Well, it
No.
depends. The LGBT community supports their own, but no, I would say no.
But that's only 16%
Right.
of the population, you know. We
Well, the
rally
thing about
around
it,
our own.
and
We
this is
rally
one thing
around
that's
things
not
we
talked
relate.
about. There's one
Yeah.
thing that ain't talked about in the WNBA, Mike. And one day it's almost taboo because remember your favorite coach, Kim Mulkey, she would tell Brittany Griner, "Hey, I know what you are. Can we just not tell the world?" But the thing
Right.
about the WNBA, we talk a lot about grooming and men doing a lot of grooming stuff like this. The grooming that goes on in the WNBA, I know this firsthand. Like, and that's why I think you have this influx of women letting it be known. I don't swing that way. Don't come to me with
Mm-hmm.
that. It's not only them wanting to be like, feminine and work on their brand, but it's also letting a culture that is, predominantly gay, letting the
Yeah.
predominantly gay culture know I'm over here. I'm not knocking y'all, but I don't swing that way because it's well
Right.
known of the grown. Because you can come in and WNBA as a straight young woman and things change. You get, I mean, I don't know if grooming is the right word because grooming is now associated with
That's awful.
something
That's criminal.
something bad,
It's
but like
sinister.
you just
Yeah.
get caught up in the day to day. And I
Right.
think there's an
It's
influx of
sinister.
these new women. Yeah, so grooming is the wrong word. I would say grooming. I'll just say, hey, you just if you're around something like you and I, perfect example. You've been in San Antonio long enough, you just become a Spur fan.
Yeah.
Guess that's just it. Like when in Rome type shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
So groom. I shouldn't have said grooming. Just
Yeah.
detract that
That's a
from the
taboo
record.
word. That's a
But there's
taboo word.
these new group of women are coming in, letting it be known like I'm straight. I'm over here. I like being feminine. I like y'all can have that.
And
Love
that's
y'all.
wonderful.
You're my teammate. Appreciate you. I like guys, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Correct. Yeah, and so do 89%
Either
of the
way,
rest of the
either way.
women in this country. Um, it, whether they're straight, gay, or in the middle, these girls that have taken runs at Caitlin Clark, if there's any, and you mentioned this yesterday. I thought it was the point of the show. There's this woman. Say, who cares? She's bringing money to everybody. She's been in the league 2
Everybody.
weeks. 2 weeks she's been in the league. Everybody's getting charter flights now. Let this woman do her thing. Let her be the Taylor Swift of our league. Who cares who
Right.
she's dating? She is going to she may save the WNBA. Not her, like the attention that Americans want to give her will save the WNBA. Let these straight people come to your games. It's okay. They
No, for
represent
real.
89% of the population. It's funny. Anyway, so that's all blown up since you and I did a segment on it yesterday. All right.
Yeah.
Thursday is the big engraving at Texas Cheer Liquor between the hours of 5 and 8 at the OG location. Make sure I get all this right. Up on Potranco Road, Texas Cheer Liquor, number 1. Gentleman Jack, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel, Woodford Reserve, or Herradura Tequila. Buy any one of those 4 bottles and get a free engraving for Father's Day, which comes down in a couple of weeks. That's this Thursday from 5 to 8, June 6th, D-Day, as it were. This Thursday, 5 to 8, Texas Cheer Liquor number 1. Go get a free engraving when you purchase one of those 4 bottles that LG has flashed up on the screen. Gentleman Jack, Single Barrel, Woodford Reserve, or Herradura. All right. I'm going to pack up here in a minute. My babies are mad at me because I'm doing a show with them trying to get some sleep. You know what? How many mornings did y'all wake me up over in my lifetime? This is Daddy got to wake them up for once today. I
No
got to
shit.
interrupt their sleep. That's it, man. So when are you home? Thursday?
Thursday night. So
Okay.
Friday, we'll all, if LG's back, we'll head to LG's Friday. If he's back, if not, I'll just do it from home. You do it from home.
Yeah, Thunderdome. LG right now does not have a return flight. He's
No,
having
I
so much
do.
The-
fun.
I'm
Are
just
you
thinking
sure? Oh,
about extending it. Yeah.
he may extend it.
Well, Ottawa's only 2 hours by train from here, so
Why not? Why not? Right?
Why not, dude?
Why not?
Why not?
I
We're
mean,
Why
getting the
not?
shows done. It don't matter.
get out of French Canada and welcome to good old English Canada.
So
Yeah.
you
Well, then, yeah.
25-year-olds that listen to this show, you 25-year-olds out there, LG's a perfect example. There's nowhere in the book that says you got to get married and have kids and all that shit. LG, he's in Canada, supposed to come home tomorrow, and he says, you know what? I ain't coming. So you
That's
Maybe.
pretty nice.
25-year-olds out there,
Maybe.
That's nice.
before you
Kind of
decide to
nice.
have kids, take a look at LG's life. Maybe you don't
Well,
want to.
if you're under 30, you need to look into work holiday visas. I think we have 6 different countries where you can move there for a year and get a work visa. So you can work and live there, but you have to be under 30 years old. New
Wow.
Zealand, Australia, South Korea,
Australia.
Singapore. There's a few more. Canada's one of them, but you have to
Yo,
be under 30.
so I interviewed this lady real quick before we get out of here
Hmm.
at one of the Air Force bases. She was a chef, but she was from Australia, so she hadn't seen my wedding ring, and she was like, the Aussie accent. You ever been on show? I was like, no, no, no. She was like, as soon as you get off the plane, she's like, it's 10-1. Like it's 10 women. It's like 8. I think she said either 8. It's 8. It's 8-1. She's like, and they love you. Talking about, and they love
Oh,
you. And I'm out the game. And she's like, oh, okay, well, tell your friends if they go to Australia, they'll be married before they get off the plane. It's 8-1. And I was like,
Oh, crikey.
I'll let the 3 single people I know.
I got me a
So there,
fine
all you single,
I
all
want
you
me to
sing.
get me a fine Aboriginal man.
Yeah, no, she was like, they love you. I was like, who is you? You know what I mean? Like, who is you? Like, me, who is me? A talk show host?
L- LG says we'd be kings in Indonesia too.
yeah.
We'd be like, I'd be Brad Pitt in Jakarta, apparently.
What is it? A lot of women to men in Indonesia too?
Oh yeah,
just like American.
yeah,
Just
and
like
they
they
love
like American.
they love Americans.
Oh, they love Americans.
Especially white
Indonesia.
Americans.
They love
You talk
white
about
men.
Indonesia, the people that own the donut places?
No, those are the
Those-
Cambodians.
Yeah,
Cambodians,
those are the
okay.
Cambodians.
I've never been to Cambodia, but I hear it's the same thing over there.
Whatever.
My skin's unique over there. Ooh, it's exotic. Look at that. Look at those 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 Casper hands he's got.
Y'all been to Australia? Have y'all either one of
No,
y'all been to Australia? I
no,
never.
I would.
I
It's
heard it's
so
expensive.
far.
I heard it's expensive too.
It all depends on how much money you got, American.
I want to
All
go.
depends.
I go to Bali all the time, and Australia is a 1 hour flight away.
What are you
I'm
doing?
surprised you haven't.
You know, one day I'll be
Mike,
there.
tell one of your rich friends to send us.
I'd
We
like
can
to
all
go to
go with
Brisbane.
my woman, with my lady
Well,
though,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah, yeah. We're working. Yeah, that's far away. We're working. I'm all right. I'm working on all my rich friends.
You got
We're working.
Brisbane
1,000
or
of them.
Adelaide. I don't really care about Sydney.
Adelaide.
Sydney
Yeah.
seems more touristy, right? Sydney seems like the
Yeah,
cliche place for people to go. Like, oh, I went to Sydney.
I want to go to Brisbane to check out the Crocodile Hunters Zoo, the Australian Zoo. Steve
Oh, that would
Irwin.
be cool. Yeah, Steve Irwin.
Yeah, yeah. That old lady told me that she was like, because she's in the military because of her husband. Her
Mm-hmm.
husband moved her there, but she was like, "You ever been?" And she's thick Australian accent, older lady chef. Yeah, you know. I was like, "Oh no, I'm out of the game." But 8-1. So you single fellas out there, get to Australia.
Lots of Aussies here in Hawaii. They come here for vacation. A lot of them.
Yep. Same with
Oh,
Bali.
Yeah,
They treat
lots of
Bali like
Aussies.
Cancun.
don't
Yeah,
South Africans sound Australian to y'all, or
A
no?
little
Totally
bit.
different.
just
Yeah,
a
a little
little
A
bit.
bit.
little, right?
A
A
little
little,
bit.
right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, these are a bunch of English people that got tired of England and all branched out, and
It's their
the
own
accent
accent.
changed.
You can switch your iPhone to South African and
Yeah,
hear the
I saw
difference.
that.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
want to do that. I'll do it
All right.
for my. Anyways, let's get out of here.
All right, gentlemen, I'm off to have some breakfast, and I will see you guys when y'all get home. I'm going to be home before either one of you, it looks like, maybe. All right, we're done.
Safe travels.
A couple more days working for the United States government. Look at that,
Sweet
God
LG.
Almighty! Isn't
I'm
it sad
jealous.
that we get? Isn't it sad that we get shocked by that? That's no
I know.
different up there than buying gas or a candy bar.
Exactly.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You bastard. All right. Now I need to call the captain. I got to meet the captain and meet him in an alley somewhere, and LG just walks into a store. How great. All right, we're done. Love you, boys. See you tomorrow.
Peace.
Like-
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.